Hello, dear students, and welcome to English for Palestine, grade 12. Today we're gonna start with Pupils' Book, Unit 4, Reading Comprehension, Communication. Today, Text 1, page 38. First, of course, we are going to look at the learning objectives, and as you can see, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to answer specific questions about the text, then complete sentences from the text, and we have identified some references in the text. So let's start our first paragraph. Now, I want you to read the paragraph in front of you, and then we have questions, as you can see over here, to answer. The first question is, who is the writer of this text? Okay, we're looking for the writer. Number 2, what are the negative effects of spending too much time texting and chatting on the writer's son? Now, I just want you to look at the question itself, the negative effects. Okay, so while you read the text, I need you to focus on these two questions. Number 1, the writer, and number 2, the negative effects of spending too much time texting and chatting on the writer's son. So this is the paragraph. I will give you 2 minutes to read that, and then we are going back to our questions. Okay? Now, I think you're done, and I also think that you have found the answers. So let's see again. This is the paragraph that you have already read. Okay? Now, we are looking about the writer from this text. So you will have to look for the writer. I hope you found it. And I think you did. Okay? The second part, we are looking for the negative effects of spending time texting and using chatting and other social media sites. So let's see the answers. Who is the writer of this text? And I think you found the answer. And you did a great job. And let's see this one. Of course, a parent. Okay? A parent could be a father or a mother, but it's a parent. Number 2, what are the negative effects of spending too much time texting and chatting on the writer's son? And you have already also found this answer. And let's see what your answer was. A, he doesn't do useful things on time, for example, homework. Okay, and B, he doesn't go with his friends and communicate with real people. Okay, so these are the answers. I hope you checked yours and they are the same. Okay, let's move to the next part. Also on the first paragraph, but this time we have different questions, and of course, as usual, we have 2 colored words or pronouns. Okay, so you have to look at them and then find the reference for these words as usual. We have he and this. Of course, we're going to the questions first, then we'll come back to the text itself. So, according to the text, decide whether the following statement is true or false. Okay, so this statement should be true or false according to your reading when we come back to the text. The writer's son does his homework before chatting with his friends. We'll see. Number B, what do the highlighted pronouns and words in the text refer to? The words are he, line 4, and 2, this, line 6, and 3, 14, line 2. Okay? I'll go back with you to the original text, read it carefully, and then we'll come back to the questions and your answers, okay? Have 2 minutes. All right, I think you're done. Excellent job. Now let's move. The first question was, according to the text, decide whether the following statement is true or false, okay? The sentence is, the writer's son does his homework before chatting with his friends. And the answer is, that's true. It is false. Yes, it is false. And number B, what do the highlighted pronouns and words in the text refer to? We have he, line 4, and it is the sun. Great job. Then, number 2, this, line 6. I think you have seen this colored word. Excellent. Texting, chatting online, or updating his social media page. And the last one, 14, the son's age. Very good job. Let's move to our next activity. Paragraph 2. Now, I want you to read this paragraph also. And as you can see, we have another pronoun here, a colored word, a colored pronoun they. And of course, we have questions on this paragraph. So, we'll move to the questions now and then we'll come back to the text. The questions are, complete the following statements. Number 1, the parent cannot answer the above mentioned questions because. Okay. Number 2, the pronoun they, line 2, refers to. Alright, so now we'll go back to the text. I'll give you 2 minutes, not 3 minutes right now because it's a short paragraph and I want you to read it very carefully. Then we'll come back to the answers. Okay? Great job. Alright, I think you did your job right now. So let's move and check your answers. Let's see if they are correct or not. And I hope they are. Alright, now the first question, complete the following statements. And the statement is, the parent cannot answer the above mentioned questions because. Why he can't answer the questions? Let's see. He doesn't know enough about these new technologies. Good. 2, the pronoun they, line 2, refers to young people. Excellent job, everyone. Excellent job. All right. Let's move to our next activity. Okay, now let's move to paragraph 3. As you can see, you are going to read this paragraph and then you have questions to answer. But first, before reading the paragraph, we are going to the questions. The first question, what did the results of the recent study about American teenagers show? There's a study in the paragraph. I want you to read the whole text and then to find the results of the study. And the study, to be more specific, it's about American teenagers. Okay? Number 2, true or false? According to the American study, 25% of teenagers use social media sites at least 10 times a day. Is this true or false? Number 3, find in the text a word that means differ. Now, we'll go back to the text and you are going to have like 2 minutes to read it carefully and then answer the next questions. All right, let's check your answers to see if they are correct or not. All right, now the first question was, what did the results of the recent study about American teenagers show? A, that nearly a quarter of teenagers use social media sites at least 10 times a day and 75% own mobile phones. This is the first result. Now, B, texting is now the main form of communication for young people. So we have 2 answers or 2 parts of this answer. Okay? Now let's move to the next part, true or false. According to the American study, 25% of teenagers use social media sites at least 10 times a day. And the answer is true. Now, number 3, find in the text a word that means differ. And the answer is vary. Great job, everyone. I think you got the right answers. Very nice. All right, now let's move to paragraph 4. Also, we have this paragraph. You're going to read it, but this is going to take a little bit longer. All right, then we'll answer the questions. But first, I'll give you the chance to read the questions. Now, number 1, what causes fears among parents, teachers, and other adults? Number 2, why should we feel positive about the future according to the results of the study? Okay, first of all, we are looking for the fears. What causes them? What are the reasons for the fears? Okay, and number two, we are looking for the positive about the future according to the study. Okay, the feeling of positive feeling. Okay, let's move to the paragraph. Now, I'll give you 3 minutes. Read this paragraph carefully, and then we'll come back to the questions. Okay, I think you're done. Let's check your answers. And the first question, what causes fears among parents, teachers, and other adults? And the answer is the rise in the figures of teenagers using social media. Number two, why should we feel positive about the future according to the result of the study? And this answer is divided into 2 parts. The first one is A. Young people are quite capable of telling the difference between the online world and the real world, or between the types of language used for texts and job application. And the second part is they are also very aware of the possible negative effects of technology. Okay? Now, this is our final part. And as usual, we have a task for you to do at home. The task is divided into 2 parts. A, what is the writer worried about? Number B, find words from the text that mean 1 and 2. C, according to the text, decide whether the following statement is true or false. And as you can see, we have a sentence here. You have to decide whether it's true or false. And number D, what do the highlighted pronouns and words in the text refer to? And we have 3 words over here. Thank you very much for listening, and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye.